Each year, nearly 500,000 babies are born premature. Unlike healthy, full-term newborns, these preemies begin their lives in the neonatal intensive care unit of the hospital, the NICU. And despite a growing number of medical advances, some of these babies, who somehow managed to live through an unnaturally early birth, still won't survive. It's 8 p.m. at Northern California's Lucille Packard Children's Hospital at Stanford. The NICU response team is called to surgery. An 18-year-old mother-to-be, Pam Spiller, has been admitted for an emergency C-section. It's somewhere between 9 and 12 weeks before her normal due date. But it's not the baby's health which is at immediate risk. It's the mother's.
She was being seen in our clinic and developed what used to be called toxemia of pregnancy, which is now called preeclampsia. Preeclampsia is one of the most common medical conditions that we see in pregnant women, affecting between 6 and 10% of the population.
Preeclampsia, pregnancy-induced hypertension, is quite dangerous and can even be fatal. It is one of the leading causes of maternal mortality in the world. The risks to this young mother are many, including the potential of uncontrollable internal bleeding.
She could have swelling in her brain. She could have kidney damage. She could have heart failure. She could have liver rupture.
After weighing the risks to both mother and child, the doctors determined that the C-section is the best option.
The surgeon said, we got to do a cesarean. He came in, he looked at the charts, he talked to Pam and I, and he told her, you know, it's really dangerous right now, but it's important that we go in and we take the baby now, you know, to save her life and, you know, and to save Pam's. And at that time, I totally panicked for a little bit. I didn't show it to Pam. You know, I'm good at hiding, you know, feelings because you have to. And I was worried. I'm like, God, you know, my baby, my daughter, you know, I could lose everything. I started praying, I said, you know, please, you know, let them be okay. And he said, well, you understand? I said, yeah, I understand you have to do it, so you got to do what you got to do. But I was scared.
The remarkable thing about this disease is that once you do deliver the patients, most of the patients have a full and uneventful recovery.
While the OB team proceeds with the surgery, the NICU staff prepares for the newborn.
28-weeker generally does fairly well. The things we will worry about primarily are the lungs. The lungs are mature. They don't have surfactant, which is sort of the grease. It's the oil that coats the inside and keeps the lungs open.
So we give them an artificial surfactant, and it's something that's put down through the ET tube. And so we'll do that at some point in time. Sometimes it's usually within the first couple of hours after birth.
So we're going to put in central lines through the umbilical lines, they're called, so through the belly button. It's very easy access for us because there's arteries and veins, so we can put a line in each and have access for blood draws, have access for monitoring the blood pressure directly without having to put little cuffs on the arms.
Preparations for the baby are not only occurring in the NICU. The team is also preparing for the work it will do immediately upon delivery, right in the OR.
Okay, so we're all over here ready to take the baby. Okay. Now we probably won't be able to let you see the baby. Okay, we'll probably have to take it directly over. Okay. Beautiful times one.
Go.
Oh, there's a little cry.
Upon delivery,
Right here.
tiny Jada cries and is handed over to the NICU team.
Oh, she is. I know, right. You're a little tiny thing, aren't you?
Based on Jada's low heart rate and poor respiratory effort, Dr. Jute, a third-year resident, begins the intubation efforts, sticking a small breathing tube down the baby's trachea. This tube provides an avenue for oxygen to be pumped into Jada, keeping her breathing. Even with the doctor's skill, it still takes several attempts to get the tube properly placed in the baby's narrow airway.
think I just pulled it out. I'm sure it's out. Okay. Shoot. It's probably me squeezing so hard to keep you warm.
Once the tube is placed, the now stabilized Jada, only a few minutes old, is transported to the NICU and admitted.
She was crying, so that was good, but then she wasn't breathing as well as we would like her to, so we went ahead and intubated her over there. Her color wasn't very good initially, but that actually improved a lot with oxygen.